Ben, where does this go now?
Well, it goes to Congress and Democrats who are going to demand that the report be released, obviously. And I think what they're going to focus on is this idea of obstruction of justice, in which Robert Mueller did not come to a conclusion, seemed to suggest there was evidence on both sides of it. And very quickly, the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General stepped in and said, no, not enough to charge obstruction of justice. Democrats are going to want to see exactly what Mueller came up with, what evidence he compiled on that front to see whether that decision was correct, not to move forward with an obstruction case. And then there'll be demands for Mueller to come up and testify. Democrats will want to probe more deeply into these conclusions, how he made them, and get the report out. So it's not going away anytime, but this was a very good day for President Trump.
Is this the all clear at all for the markets, maybe for D.C. policy? This removes, in many ways, maybe not entirely, a 20-month investigation?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the all clear. I would say it is moving it to the back burner, the idea that there is going to be an imminent impeachment question coming out of the Mueller report. The big idea among Democrats was Mueller's going to drop bombshells and we are going to immediately move to potential impeachment proceedings. All that, I think, goes away for now. The background noise of let's get more details on this, that'll continue. But what really the focus is going to be in Washington is moving on to campaign 2020. I don't think this opens the floodgates for kumbaya, bipartisan legislation in D.C. People would love to see infrastructure. The president would love to see it. I don't see that happening. Not a lot of legislation, but it's not going to be all Russia all the time. So partial all clear.
Yeah, there's an op-ed in the Financial Times this morning that says, Mueller, the god who failed Democrats.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of unhappy Democrats who are going to have to sort of pry those Mueller time bumper stickers off their cars and take their Twitter avatars of Mueller down. I think there are a lot of unhappy hardcore Democrats who are expecting some kind of deliverance. Yeah. I've always thought, and this brings to the fore the point that if Democrats want to get rid of Donald Trump, they've got to do it at the ballot box in November of 2020. They're not going to do it.
Well, at some point, it's 2 years in. We're running out of time. If they want to do that, right, the re-election campaign for them has already begun.
Right, yes. And I would say this about that. They did well in the 2018 midterms by talking about health care, by talking about education, by talking about bread and butter issues, not necessarily by talking Trump all the time.
What matters in Youngstown, what matters in Kenosha, what matters in Erie, Pennsylvania.
So in a way, this is probably a positive for them. Get their voters off of this as the main issue and focus on, bread and butter stuff for 2020.
Well, they're going to have to get some of their own people off of this.
Yeah, they'll get some of their people off of it, but they got to do some fan service to the hardcores, to keep investigating. But the bottom line is you want to beat Trump, you got to beat him on issues, you got to beat him on the economy and jobs and wages and not all the Russia stuff. So maybe they can move on and focus on that.
We're going to find out.